Soda Squad, back with another video. I'm Reckless, you feel me? Got Elon Musk just exposed, you feel me? Obama and Biden's dark corruption. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely hoping that, you know what I'm saying, get this video released. Things been a little weird. Make sure y'all stay tuned for more videos throughout the week. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in, watching it. Let's get in the video.
He did it again. As you know how Elon Musk has always been about bold revelations and audacious innovation. But this time, his biggest bombshell is an expose that aims to shed a glaring light on allegations of dark corruption surrounding two prominent figures, Joe Biden and Barack Obama. I know it's one thing to talk about exposing corruption, but what did Musk actually find? What exactly did he stumble upon that's causing such a stir? Here's a hint for you. It involves something that could potentially change the way we view politics and power. Let's reveal layer by layer. Republicans are saying that President Joe Biden and the Democrats are trying to hide a huge scandal. They're claiming that Biden used his power for his own gain through sketchy international deals involving his son, Hunter Biden. And guess what? Recent information is making this whole thing a big deal. The House Oversight Committee, which is mostly made up of Republicans, started looking into Biden's banking activities. This could be the game changer we've been waiting for. They're accusing Biden of all sorts of things, like lying to the American people on purpose, using his position to make himself richer, and even using state resources to stop investigations into his actions.
But this is who a lot of people voted for. Not even knowing, Not even knowing, but could have known. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I would have actually wanted to vote for somebody, and that's why I got it. A lot of people ask, like, why'd you leave music? I didn't necessarily leave music. I have a music channel that I'm going to be posted on. But I wanted to get in this mainly because, it was something that I got into, and I enjoy looking at history and politics. But before then, if, I voted, and I am going to vote, best believe I'm voting this time, I would have did my research. And I feel like a lot of people didn't do research. Like I always say, I feel like a lot of people, based on the fact who voted for Barack Obama, voted for, Biden, just based off of, he was vice president. Not even knowing that, somebody's being controlled.
I mean, it's a lot to take in. Then Elon Musk has decided to dive into the mess. He got his hands on some secret Twitter files and shared them with two journalists, Matt Taibbi and Barry Weiss. They're totally on board with the Republicans and their claims against Twitter. Musk got everyone hyped up with a tweet that said, "This will be awesome," and then he gave Taibbi and Weiss a bunch of inside Twitter info. These Twitter files spilled the beans on some pretty messed up things Twitter was up to before Musk bought this company. One big thing they uncovered was how Twitter tried to hide an important article from the New York Post in 2020. The article was all about emails supposedly found on Hunter Biden's laptop. I mean, let's think about Elon for a sec. He is usually all about pushing boundaries, right? So just like he's been bold in electric cars and space exploration, he decided to be a truth seeker online too. The New York Post had this whole story about emails on Hunter Biden's laptop. They were saying that these emails had solid proof that Joe Biden, back when he was the vice president in 2015, used his power to help out a Ukrainian natural gas company called Burisma, where Hunter was working. The conservative side of the media went even further, calling it the laptop from hell, and claiming that it showed Joe Biden being all corrupt. Here's the thing, though. It's pretty clear that Hunter was trying to use his connections to make some serious money. I mean, Burisma was shelling out $50,000 a month to Hunter, and it wasn't because he was some Eastern European gas market genius. Nope, they wanted to get close to his dad, plain and simple. So, the big claim on the right side of things is that Joe Biden actually pushed the Ukrainian government to boot out their prosecutor general. And the reason? To keep Burisma out of legal hot water. It's like Joe used his political muscle to keep Hunter's employer safe from any kind of investigation. At first, Musk and Joe Biden seemed to get along pretty well. He liked how Biden was all about dealing with climate change. But then things took a turn when Biden left Musk out of a big meeting about electric cars. It's like Biden didn't want to include Musk in the conversation. This move raised eyebrows because, they were getting along just fine before. Their differences became even more obvious during a recent press conference in which Biden kind of made fun of Musk's ideas about the economy, saying something like, "Good luck flying him to the moon." It's clear that they're not on the same page anymore. This clash of opinions is a big deal. Biden accidentally made Musk his opponent instead of a friend, and we're all left wondering why Biden changed his tune so drastically. This whole thing shows how complicated politics can be, especially when personal feelings come into play. Musk, known for his quirky personality, decided to switch sides in politics. He's throwing his support behind the Republican Party, at least for the next midterm elections. This move surprised a lot of people, considering him used to be all about the Democrats. He has a good reason for this switch. He thinks the current administration led by Biden is kind of ignoring him and his electric car company, Tesla, in favor of paying more attention to legacy automakers. General Motors CEO Mary Barra, standing next to Biden in January 2022, said the company wants to invest $7 billion into Michigan to further our EV manufacturing. Musk at the time responded to Barra and Biden's comments by tweeting, "Starts with a T, ends with an A, ESL in the middle." He further said, "It got to the point, hilariously, where no one in the administration was even allowed to say the word Tesla." The public outrage and media pressure about that statement forced him to admit that Tesla does in fact lead the EV industry. I wouldn't exactly call that praise. And honestly, it's a big deal because Musk has a huge voice and a lot of influence. He's got a loyal following that hangs on his every word and even gets tattoos of his name and the Tesla logo. Plus, when he tweets, the whole world pays attention. People might argue that Musk needs more rules and regulations, but it's important to remember that in the past...
Honestly, I feel like Biden has made a lot of enemies and is continuing to make a lot of enemies. And I just don't understand how people could still even like what is going on right now with, Biden. Like, I don't understand, like, and I have to watch, again, what I say because, how things are, but it's literally like, I don't understand how, like.
He supported Democrats. His entire business centers around saving the environment, after all. And let's not forget that he has this knack for getting people excited and dominating the news cycle with just a single tweet. It's like he's a one-man media machine. Now let's talk about Musk's next target, Barack Obama. Remember how Obama used to say his administration was all squeaky clean, no scandals? Well, guess what? There's a totally different side to that story. Musk even brought up a writer named Alex Newman who gave us a whole new perspective on this. So this Newman guy dug deep and found out about a bunch of corruption that went down during Obama's time in the White House. And the crazy thing is, the mainstream media either ignored them, downplayed them, or straight up hid them from us. You might have heard of a book called The Worst President in History, The Legacy of Barack Obama. Well, one of the authors, Matt Margolis, is making a strong case that Obama's administration was far from clean. He's saying that behind the scenes, there was lawlessness and some pretty harsh ways of doing things. Despite Obama's attempts to paint his presidency as all virtuous, Margolis is saying it's more like Chicago-style politics. That means corruption, favoritism, and big corporations having a say. It's like Obama was trying to split the country in two and take down anyone who disagreed with him. Guided by the wisdom of Saul Alinsky, an American community activist and political theorist, people still can't quite agree on what to make of Obama's legacy. But hold up, because after Obama left the office, a fresh scandal emerged, and it's a biggie. This one's all about how the NSA, that surveillance agency, was used to spy on political rivals. Talk about a serious breach of privacy and an abuse of power. And guess what? Elon Musk is also shining a spotlight on another issue, the green energy scam. It's something we shouldn't just brush off. Take Solyndra, for instance, a company that has been working in the solar system business. This whole solar power thing turned out to be a huge fraud and ended up costing taxpayers a whopping $500 million. Wow. Word has it that the Obama administration sent billions of taxpayer dollars to rich Democrats and Obama supporters. And guess what these guys did? They kicked some of that cash back into political campaigns. Now, if you dig into the Department of Energy's data, you'll see more than $20 billion of the funds meant for green energy ended up with people and groups tied to President Obama. Seriously, over 75% of that money found its way to them. This whole thing is raising eyebrows about fairness and whether this was all above board. It's like Elon Musk has cast a doubt-filled shadow on Barack Obama's once squeaky clean image. And let me tell you, that's a pretty big deal considering how much people loved the guy. So, guys,
my thing is just like, how could I ain't gonna say y'all, if you were watching this, but how could you want to vote and to be like, to have, like, this is like, I guess, but it's crazy because as I'm reacting to like different stuff like this and seeing different stuff, I see that it's hard for me to say, how could you vote? I guess it's not even hard for me to say that because when I'm seeing this different stuff, it's like, and reacting to different stuff, it's like it's so much that happened before they were running or before, and it's like people didn't see that. And I feel like it's real important, like especially now, to do your research on a whole bunch of people. Literally do your research, do your homework on a lot of, these people that's running, because you never know. And especially what happened, you know what I'm saying, that Obama fight in it. You having these two and they having all this going on. Like, I didn't react to, like, it's been over 10, 15 videos of seeing what's going on with these two and the family. So it's real weird, of seeing this different stuff, and yet people still enjoy having it. It's crazy to me, and I feel like a lot of people just need to wake up and actually see what's going on. Honestly, I really think people just need to wake up. It's a lot of diehard Democrats that's not even seeing what's going on. It's crazy. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in and watching. If you ask for more videos, make sure y'all email LifeWithRecklezz@yahoo.com or DM on Instagram, LifeWithRecklezz. Catch y'all next one.